hometown Kentucky Wildcats appear to have turned their season around. It started with a win in Knoxville a couple of weeks ago. The Cats have now won 4 in a row. Meanwhile, visiting Kansas, hoping to avoid a 4-game losing streak. A lot going on here on Saturday primetime. Obi, thank you very much, my friend, and what timing you have. We'd like to welcome those of you who just watched Tennessee defeat Texas here in Lexington. Dan Schulman, Jay Billis, Holly Rowe, and a big-time matchup here between Kentucky and Kansas. The Cats have won 4 in a row. The Jayhawks have lost 3 in a row. And, Jay, as you know, they have never lost 4 in a row under Bill Self. That goes back 20 years.
Well, Kansas coming into this game desperate and angry. And KJ Adams, undersized, is guarding Oscar Tshiebwe inside. And Jacob Toppin gets the first bucket for Kentucky, the most athletic Kentucky player on the floor.
Tonight's starting lineups are brought to you by Dove Men Plus Care. A look at the starting lineup for Kansas. It has been this lineup all but one game this season. And they are facing quite an atmosphere and an environment right now here at Rupp Arena. The pull-up by Wilson, well short for the leading scorer in the Big 12 at better than 21 a game, as we show you the Kentucky lineup. 5th game in a row in which C.J. Frederick is in the starting lineup. And we will see both Antonio Reeves, a sharpshooter, and Sahvir Wheeler off the bench for Kentucky tonight.
Livingston wide open, but McCullough's such a good defender. He can recover and put pressure on that shot.
Dick misses the 3, and back comes Kentucky. The floater by Frederick. 4-0 Cats.
Frederick is C.J. Frederick in transition. They're spotting up at the 3-point line, but they can shot fake and drive.
Wilson, what a good matchup with Toppin, and this battle goes to Wilson to get KU.
Ways to score. He can take you down into the post, make a 3. Good coverage. McCullough coming over to double team, and Tshiebwe turns it over.
Wilson ties it up with a runner at the other end.
Anytime there's a turnover, missed shot, Kansas excellent in transition.
Boy, look at Kentucky getting down the floor. Chris Livingston lays it in. And the time of the last 12 seasons, these two great programs have met either in this event or in the Champions Classic. A turnover. Tshiebwe shovels it ahead to Livingston. 9-4 Cats.
Well, and give credit at the same time. You can really spread the floor because they can both shoot it. And Antonio Reeves is averaging 19 points a game over his last 2, and in the top 20 in the league in scoring.
Boy, what a nice feed from Tshiebwe to a cutting top.
Boy, when Oscar Tshiebwe can pass out of the post, that makes him doubly dangerous because he draws so much attention.
You talked about Jalen Wilson. He can hurt you a variety. You talked about it. He's been playing very well the last 3 games.
Well, he's using his athleticism. He's such a magnificent athlete. Plays above the rim.
A 3 rattles home for DeJuan Harris, he is fine, but if he can add a little bit of offense, that really helps the Jayhawks.
Just taking that shot was important. Against Baylor, he passed up some open ones. He was 2 of 18 over his last 4.
Nice move by Toppin, and Kentucky back on top.
Where he was a semi-finalist for the Naismith National Defensive Player of the Year award. He's on the watch list right now.
KJ Adams not looking to drive on Tshiebwe. Wilson might have gotten away with a carry right there and lays it in to tie the game.
Distance off of shooters on the perimeter.
Frederick looking into Tshiebwe. No double this time. Tshiebwe kicks it out. Livingston flushes it. His 3rd field goal of the night already.
When you turn your head and look and lose track of your assignment, Chris Livingston just made a strong cut to the basket, got the easy dunk.
How about the 2nd 3 already for DeJuan Harris Jr.?
Good with a shot fake and a floater, so he's more than just a catch and shoot guy.
And normally when he comes in, Livingston goes out, but Toppin has gone out. Boy, Wallace strong to the rim, and a chance for a 3-point play.
This value is much more than a big-time defender. Remember, he had 8 steals in that opening game against Michigan State.
McCullough off the glass, too strong, and another rebound for Tshiebwe. Livingston in transition, jump stop and a finish. What a start he's off to.
In defense. Got a switch here now. We got Tshiebwe on Harris.
McCullough seeking out the contact and a chance for 3.
Just that switch made it a little bit easier for Kansas to turn the corner.
Wilson off to a good start with 8, finds Adams at the elbow, and he knocks it down over Shibwe.
Oh, there's an example of taking what the defense gives him. If Shibwe is going to play that far off KJ Adams, he's going to try to take advantage of it.
At the other end, Shibwe muscling it up and in.
And that could have been an and one, because he can't get fouled. He got fouled there and still made it.
Adams already has a foul. They want to keep him on the floor as much as they can, even though he's an undersized 5. But he can do that. The short roll to the bucket, and he's got a chance. As expected, KJ Adams to the bench with his second foul. So, Jay, some big minutes here for the freshman, Zuby Ejiofor. And he will lay it in to make it a 4-point game.
And that's screen and roll. And to Holly's point, when Kentucky's playing in the half court, they've not been as efficient. But when they're getting out in transition after a make or a miss, they've gotten anything they want.
Ejiofor can't handle Shibwe, who's got a chance for 3. First look at Ernest Ude Jr., a freshman from Orlando, number 23 in blue. Harris turns the corner, up top for Ude.
That time they took it to a side screen and roll with an open corner. And a terrific hard roll to the basket by Ude.
Frederick into Toppin. What a beautiful adjustment Frederick made midstream. A 15-point-a-game guy and still leading this game.
Really, his defense is what he needs to concentrate on right now, because he's guarding C.J. Frederick. You cannot lose him.
Reeves brings Kentucky back within 1. Boy, Livingston playing with confidence tonight. But Grady Dick knocks it away, and now Kansas in transition. Wilson blocked. But Dick follows up to make it a 3-point game.
But Grady.
Iowa State, Kansas State, KU, TCU, and Baylor. They're all in the top 18 of the net. All in the top 17 of the AP poll. And then look at the wins that teams like West Virginia and Oak, guys, 3 minutes and 48 seconds from now. Kansas by 5 here at Rupp Arena late in the first half. Harris leans in off the glass and good. A tough bucket.
Right in the middle of the floor.
Bonus for the Jayhawks.
And even though Ude has not played that much to start this season, keeps it alive there. What a play.
And that's going to go.
That was a great play by Ernest Ude. He kept that ball. Key basketball analysis here. The easiest place to defend Oscar Shibwe is when he's sitting next to Calipari.
Yep. Reeves, a little space, and he doesn't need much, does he?
Boy, no change. Kansas has tightened up its defense, and Kentucky has made some shot decisions that maybe haven't been ideal.
Harris up top. Ude again. They connect for the second time tonight.
And help out just to slow the ball handler from turning the corner. But then you got to get back, because there's nobody there to tag that roll and get in the way.
Wheeler with a burst of speed lays it in. Kentucky within 7. Kansas can hold for the last shot of the half. Bill Self telling DeJuan Harris, no timeout, you go. High off the glass, Ware down with the rebound, and the first half will come to a close here at Rupp with visiting Kansas, hoping to avoid a 4-game losing streak with a 7-point
help on that double. And then still recover effectively. He's such a good defender, but Shibwe's used to drawing a crowd.
Good cut by McCullough, and a chance for 3.
Well, he looked like he rolled his ankle there when he came down, but that little 45
is not there, and Reeves down with a rebound.
And that's a shot that Kentucky wouldn't mind seeing DeJuan Harris take. He can make it.
Wallace, another assist for Shibwe, his 4th of the night.
Recovering to Cason Wallace to try to bother that shot.
First made 3 of the game for the Cats. And a bucket at the other end for KJ Adams.
And those were
a great job covering the other guy. They're both really talented players, but they're shutting each other down right now.
The backdoor look. Good pass. Boy, the backdoor look and then into a side pick and roll. Has such great agility.
And Grady Dick has the reputation of being a great shooter, and he is, but he can help you in a lot of different ways. Good rebounder, terrific passer as well. Shibwe knocks one in.
And Kentucky.
And just too difficult to find the range over Shibwe.
Shibwe's wide open.
And scores again.
That deep post position, you are not going to stop Oscar Shibwe. High-low is going to be really effective if Kentucky will continue it.
Stolen away by Grady Dick, and back comes Kansas. Wilson left alone. Boy, they backed off the guy with the ball, who's a 21-point-a-game guy.
Never leave the ball, especially when it's in the hands of a guy averaging 21 points a game, who's averaging 30 over his last 3.
Shibwe lays it in, the assist to Wallace.
Just a miscommunication.
Pettiford bounces to Adams, who knocks it down.
I'm not sure whether that pass was for Adams.
Pulling out of play, Kaysen Wallace, the quarterback.
Go back to the same thing.
Good ball movement and a wide open 3 for Wallace.
To the basket, just drew defenders. And they could kick it out, one pass, wide open step in 3. Beautiful offense by Kentucky.
A 3 at the other end. What an answer by Jalen Wilson.
Not surprised a shot like that to quiet the crowd. And here we're going back to high-low.
Knocked away. Kansas with numbers. And Dick lays it in. It's a 6-point lead. All of Reeves was looking into the post, but Shibwe wasn't looking at him. He was setting a screen to try to free up Wallace. Reeves with a runner. As you said, he's not just a catch and shoot guy. Too strong. And the rebound for Wilson.
And Kansas continues on the defensive glass.
Adams into the chest of Shibwe, and it goes.
Boy, what a play by KJ Adams. Jalen Wilson to start, but he just comes out to the perimeter to get it.
When KU's needed a bucket, it's often been Wilson tonight. And it is again.
Boy, he just muscled that ball to the basket. He would not be denied on that possession. Big time play by Jalen Wilson.
Wallace with a terrific drive. And again, it's a 2-point game.
But he's had a great game. That's 14 points just to create that separation.
Off the inbounds, a lob and a slam for Adams.
So with the screen out top, now Shibwe rolls down, and it was a good pickup by Jalen Wilson.
Toppin, yes.
And how much has that shot improved? He's become a much. Now KJ Adams going to set the screen. He ghosts out of it. Good fake. Wow.
And Grady Dick knocks down a 3.
Freshman. That was a mature big-time play with that shot fake, sidestep, and 3.
Look at deep position here for Shibwe. Easy one for him.
That's just something that
Adams, nice look. Wilson with a corner 3. Another huge bucket for Jalen. Wilson needs help, finds Harris, who's got 7 assists, 2 turnovers tonight. Shot clock at 2. McCullough got it.
A broken play.
Away the rebound.
If John Calipari could pick any Jayhawk to take that shot, it would have been Harris.
Toppin on the drive this time. Reverses it up and in. Ticks under 2 minutes.
That was absolutely necessary for Kentucky to get that stop and score.
Wilson. Another one. How many big shots has Jalen Wilson hit tonight?
No hesitation, Dan. It's just dagger after dagger.
Kentucky's 4-game winning streak, and to make sure they don't have a 4-game losing streak in a really gutty, gritty road effort tonight by the Jayhawks.
That was a character win by Kansas. Lost 3 in a row, and the Jayhawks showed tremendous resilience. Kevin McCullough playing on a gimpy ankle, and they get a win in Rupp Arena. That was a big-time win by Kansas.